Hi! Welcome to week 2 of my Mounjaro journey on 2.5 milligrams. We're gonna just get into the good part, the results of week 1. So, general information, I am 5'1"-ish and my start date was the 1st of September 2024. It's now the Monday after, so it's the 8th of September. So I took my second injection yesterday of the 2.5 milligrams and my starting weight was 82.5 kilograms or 182 pounds or 13 stone, depending on what metric you use. My BMI was 34.9, so I am categorized as obese. My results for week 1, or my weight result for week 1, my weight this week as of today is 81 kg, 179 pounds or 12 stone 11 pounds. So I have lost a total of 1.5 kg, which is just over 3 pounds in a week, which is this is the tiniest bit more than I would have wanted, because I think my aim was 2 pounds a week, so I try my best to avoid loose skin. But one thing that people always say is water weight. You lose in week 1 as well, so maybe that's just added on top. And my BMI is now 43.6, so I've lost 0.3 on my BMI, so that's going down as well, which is good. Good. I did find out my body fat percentage. My body fat percentage is up at 40.5. So 45, almost half of me. Almost half of me is fat. And my subcutaneous fat, which is like the really fleshy part, like the under the skin surface fat is 34.6%. Because I'm kind of still at the beginning of this journey, I have some like questions to ask for myself at the end. Do I still snore? Because I do snore. And I know that's related to either your weight and your age. It correlates with both, so we'll see if it helps improve if I snore and improve my sleeping quality. I'm wondering, do I get more stretch marks? So is it still limboed, this weight loss, or is it a bit more consistent on down slope? Did I get excess skin? Did I lose any hair? Because I found out that you can lose, one of the side effects or symptoms of the Mounjaro, or like stuff like Wegovy or Ozempic, is that you can lose your hair. I'm currently also on the implant, which is not an oral contraception. It's below the skin surface on the back of your arm. And I'm wondering, because I don't get periods I don't get regular periods with this. I maybe get one every 6 months or so. I'm wondering if being on this will give me periods again, or give me phantom periods, or nothing changes. Those are like my thoughts for later on. See if I can get them answered, or if nothing's really changed, doesn't affect any of that. We'll see. So my side effects for my first week is I had no food noise, no craving whatsoever the entire week. So even as the 2.5 milligrams started to wear off in my body, even to the Saturday night, I had no food noise or cravings. So that's good, it's helpful, because it allowed me to think about, it's time to feed my body. I should feed my body. What should I feed it with? Which was great, really helpful. For the first couple of days, like Monday, Tuesday, I had some minor headaches. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just kind of like I could tell it was there, and I was a bit meh about it. But I started having electrolytes. The electrolytes that I showed that I bought from bulk, I started having those, and that actually really helped. So that's great. So if you're starting to get headaches or anything like that, if you're on Mounjaro and you're not having electrolytes, try having electrolytes, because they work wonders. Bit TMI, but on a couple of days, a couple of mornings, I had diarrhea. I had some loose stool, but just in the morning. Really weird. By the time I got out and about at noon, or had to go to work or anything like that, it didn't impact me. It was just in the morning. So a couple of days of that. I think it was like the Tuesday, Wednesday as well that I got that, but I've not had it since, so hopefully that doesn't come back with a vengeance. One of the bigger side effects for me this week is insomnia. I haven't been getting great sleep. I think there was one night I had 2.5 hours of like deep sleep, and maybe just like a couple hours of light sleep. It was bad. It wasn't great. I had that for many days, and then on the Thursday I spoke to my mum about it, and she gave me a few like sleeping tablets to take for a couple of days to try and help me a little bit. The first night worked like a dream. I think I got 8 hours of sleep, deep sleep, which was great. Over the Saturday and Sunday, not as much, but last night I got a really good sleep. I got like 7 hours sleep last night, so that's perfect. So for Juniper, you're to try and weigh yourself daily. For the first week I kind of wanted to do it, or maybe the first handful of weeks I wanted to do it, just to see what I was eating, how it would affect the scales the next day. But I also started to realise that there was another connection, with that my hydration levels were really low and my protein levels were a bit low. So my protein and my hydration intake were not enough. So I think my protein goal from when I first started last Sunday, I said about 100 grams of protein. I've upped that to anywhere between 25 to 50 grams of protein, because I really don't want to lose muscle and I want to start building muscle in a couple of weeks as well. So I was going to have to up my protein intake anyway. So hopefully we'll get ahead of the curve on that one and everything will be fine. But my hydration levels didn't make sense, because I was having consistently 3 litres of water a day, since like even a couple of days before I started the Mounjaro injections. So that didn't make sense to me. So I weighed myself mid-day to see if it was just because I weighed myself in the morning after a fast, like after not drinking or eating all night. Maybe that's why my protein levels were a bit low, and maybe that's why my hydration levels were low. It wasn't. That was debunked. That was disproven. So yeah, my protein levels were low, so I upped my protein intake goal, and my hydration level, I was drinking 3 litres, so I was like, I don't really want to drink any more than that, because if I up it I'll be nearing towards a gallon a day, and that's a challenge in itself, isn't it? So I actually researched a little bit. I actually also talked to one of my co-workers, and she said add a bit of salt, not too much, and like you shouldn't be able to taste it, but add a bit of salt, and that basically makes it an electrolyte drink as well, and it apparently helps your body actually take in the hydration that you're giving it, not just pass it through. And that's actually quite true. I haven't been going to the toilet as much, as in like I haven't been needing to pee as much. My bladder hasn't felt full as often when I add some salt to the water. So I've been doing that since Friday. That's a good tip. If you still feel dehydrated or got dry mouth, or for some reason your water intake or hydration levels on a smart scale still show it's low, add a bit of salt. Add a little bit of salt to your water, and that should help. So this weekend was a bit of a busy weekend for me. I was meeting up with a friend I hadn't seen in about 2 months. So yes, we went out for food, and she actually ended up asking if I wanted to have a few drinks. I didn't really, but I knew that she had had some crappy news that week, so I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, we'll have a little bit of wine, we'll do that, that's great, yeah, it'll be fun. It was fun, to be fair. Catching up with her is always fun. We did a bit of shopping, a bit of mooching about, went out for food at an Italian restaurant, so my carb intake went up that day, but my protein levels actually ended up being quite down, and then my calorie intake up in 2000. That was a very indulgent day, because I also had a dessert, because I literally hadn't craved anything sweet the entire week, so I thought, oh, you know, I'll have a dessert, why not? I haven't had one all week. So I was very treating myself, and we enable each other in that regard. I enable her with shopping, she enables me with food, and it's terrible. Terrible behaviour for both of us. And then on the Sunday, I was having a family meet up with a side of the family, my mum's side of the family, that I don't get to see very often. I was a bit more controlled that day because of the Saturday. When I was like tracking things for protein intake, I realised it wasn't very good, so I was like, I'm gonna have to make more mindful choices today. So yeah, yes, the Sunday when I met up with my family went a bit better, and protein intake was a bit low, but it was better than the Saturday. And my calorie intake was far more controlled. So very much so in the safer zone for me losing weight. Had a little bit of an indulgent day on the Saturday with my friend. Had a few glasses of wine, and then on the Sunday still had a good time out with my family, but a bit more controlled. I think they were shocked that I didn't order dessert because there was sticky toffee pudding, and I love sticky toffee pudding, but I didn't have it. Something I will say though on the Saturday, circling back to headache, with as a side effect, I never get a headache when I drink wine, and that's even like as a hangover. I never get a headache with wine, but I got the massive headache whilst I was drinking the wine, and it was really putting me off because it's kind of headache that I was like, even if I closed my eyes it wouldn't go away. So I was like, no, this is maybe this is another side effect that I hadn't been told about or didn't know about, and oh, yep. So wine headaches are very much a thing on this. So to be fair, I didn't really want to drink or have too many social gatherings for a couple of months until I kind of knew what was going on with the drug and what's kind of going on with my body a bit more. So I had a few little meetups this weekend, and I probably won't for a little while. So hopefully that's a bit more controlled in the next couple of months. So my average protein intake for the week was 126 grams. I had a couple of like low days, like I said, on the Sunday when I was out with my family. Ended up being a bit low, but other than that my protein intake's been pretty good, and it's also fallen into the bracket of my goal. Sorry, I have my phone, that's where all my little notes and information are. So I'm still within the range of 125 to 50 grams of protein a day. So on average I did hit that, so that's good. So hopefully I don't lose too much muscle mass. My carb average this week was 194. Now that is higher than what I would like it to be. I think the maximum I want to hit is 180. I think my consistent one is about 170 is what I would, on a day where I'm like, yeah, this is what I should be eating, this keeps me full, it fuels me. It's about 175, and I think my max is 180 that I'd like to hit. So 194 for this week, too high, and it's because I had the Saturday and Sunday out with my family and with my friend, and we went a bit, had fun. And my fibre intake, just so I can I'm kind of tracking that just so I can see if anything causes toilet activity. My average is 10 grams of fibre a day. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know if that's not enough. I don't think it's too much, that's for sure. But yeah, my average is 10 grams, so I might play about with that, see if I need a bit more, need a bit less, or what causes, you know, one of the side effects of going to the toilet. See if I can adjust that a bit more if it starts happening again this week, now that I've taken the Mounjaro again for week 2. My average calorie intake is 1,937. So again, this is a bit high because of the Saturday and Sunday. I think if I was just to do it from Monday to Friday, my average would have been maybe about 1,650. Let's call that a rough ballpark, because I very rarely went up to 1,700. I very rarely went up to 1,700, and I tried very, very hard to not go under 1,500, because that's where like my resting metabolic rate is. So I didn't want to do less than that, because I think it's too little. It's not enough for my body to just sustain itself. It's not enough for my body to rest comfortably, so that's not enough. So we'll see this week. I don't have any big plans this week, so hopefully I can be a bit more structured in what I'm eating, and we'll see what my averages look like, and we'll see what my weight loss looks like when I'm a bit more sustained for the week. So that's my week 1 roundup. It's done. That's my results, those are my side effects, that's how my week went. Thank you for listening to my TED talk. Yeah, week 1's done. Started week 2. Started it yesterday technically on the Sunday, and I'll probably update you with a similar video for week 2 and how that went. But yeah, pretty tamed. Side effects weren't crazy, nothing I couldn't handle, nothing I wouldn't put up with for long term to get my body healthy. For plans for like kind of show my body in either every 2 weeks or monthly, I might share like my torso measurements every 2 weeks, and I'll do like kind of full body measurements once a month, and I'll share those in updates. On to week 2. I'm very excited. See you guys next time. Thank you.